Now, here's how I propose to do it. The first step is for those who are still getting health insurance from their employers. We're going to set up what's called a catastrophic reinsurance program. It's a pretty simple principle, and that is that a lot of employers see huge spikes in their premiums, in part because one person gets ill and all premiums go up. And if we've got a catastrophic reinsurance program so that employers have some cap, some limit to their exposure, then their premiums get leveled out and they can pass on those savings to workers. All right, that's step number one. That's to help control costs for people who already have health insurance. If you don't have health insurance, we're going to set up a pool similar to the one that I have as a member of Congress, and you will be able to buy into it. If you can't afford it, we'll subsidize. You will not be excluded for pre-existing conditions. I know something about this. My mother, she died of cancer when she was 53. But one of her biggest worries when she was getting treatment was that she had just gotten a new job, and they were saying, well, maybe this is a pre-existing condition. Maybe we shouldn't be providing you health insurance. And so, we've got to make sure that it's not just the wealthy and the healthy that get health insurance, but everybody gets health insurance, because you never know when you might be next. That's the whole point of having insurance, is that we can't predict what hardships we might suffer. So, no exclusions for pre-existing conditions. We're going to negotiate with the drug companies for the cheapest available price on drugs to lower prescription drug prices for everybody. And we're really going to spend a lot of time emphasizing prevention. Right now we don't have a health care system. We've got a disease care system. We wait until people get sick, and then we have these very expensive medical interventions. Instead of giving people regular checkups, giving them regular screenings, monitoring their blood pressure, we won't a lot of our healthcare system. We might not reimburse somebody for a dietitian to help lose weight, but we'll reimburse them for a $30,000 foot amputation when they get diabetes. That doesn't make any sense. So, now, how do we pay all this? Pay for all this? It is conservatively estimated we can save about $100 to $150 billion every year just by instituting better prevention programs, using information technologies to reduce error and improve quality, managing the chronically ill better. So about half of it we'll pay for just through savings in the system, making it more efficient. About half of the program to provide everybody health insurance we'll pay for by rolling back the Bush tax cuts on people making over $250,000 a year. And if we do those two things, we can set up a system where everybody has health care. Now, in fairness, Senator Clinton's got a good health care plan. John Edwards had a terrific health care plan. So, one of the issues is not just who's got the best plan, but how are we going to get it done? And that's where you come in, because we've got to make sure that Congress is held accountable. And that's why what I've said is, when I start negotiating for this health care proposal, we're going to do it within the first 6 months. We're going to have a piece of legislation that we're going to put forward to Congress. And I'll invite everybody around the table. Doctors, lawyers, nurses, hospital administrators, the insurance and the drug companies, they're going to sit at the table. They just won't be able to buy every chair. And so we're going to sit down and we will negotiate. We'll try to hammer out a bargain, and we'll invite Republicans and congressional leaders into the discussion. But we're going to do it on C-SPAN. We're going to do it publicly so that everybody can watch to see how the debate is going. And so if you get somebody who is a member of Congress who is carrying the water for the drug companies and is going, well, we can't negotiate for the cheapest available price on drugs because that'll reduce their profits. They won't be able to reinvest in research and development. That's the argument the drug companies always make. Then you'll be able to see that, and then you'll also see me bring out an expert and say, is this true? And the expert will say, well, not really, because a lot of what they call research and development is actually marketing and TV ads. You know those ads you see where people are running through fields looking all happy? You don't know what the drug is for? Except for that one drug, you know what that's for. The point is you'll be able to see what's going on. And you can hold members of Congress accountable. And that's, look, and this is a good place to end just by saying this. You know, I'm not claiming that when I'm president, suddenly every problem is going to be solved. I'm going to need you to work with me to solve problems. I'm going to need the American people to work with me to hold Congress accountable and to hold me accountable to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. So people have to stay involved. They've got to focus on what's happening in Washington. But I can promise you this. I will always tell you what I think. I will always tell you where I stand. I'll be honest with you about the challenges we face and how we're going to solve them. I'll listen to you, even when we disagree. We're going to disagree sometimes. But I will listen to you. And finally, I will spend every day that I'm in the White House fighting for you. I will listen to your voices, the voices of that single mom I met who couldn't afford health care for herself and her family, the voice of that worker who's been laid off and is having to pack up equipment that he spent 20 years working on because it's being shipped overseas. I'll be spending time thinking about that child in Detroit who is going to a school that is crumbling all around him. Those are the voices I'm going to be listening to. That's who I'm going to be fighting for. I hope you guys give me a chance. I appreciate you. God bless. Thank you.
Remember, everybody meet out in the parking lot. Sure.